I know, I was just thinking, I looked over.
So then I've got our store with from what I understand, so. Yeah. Hey, James. So you didn't go to Perry tonight?
All right, good evening. It is 7 o'clock, Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. We're in council chambers. This is the official city council agenda. This time I'm going to ask the clerk to call the roll.
Councilman Cohen,
Here.
Councilman Leaders,
Here.
Councilman Fleetwood,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Munger,
Here.
Councilman Haycraft,
Here.
Councilwoman Azotea,
Here.
and Mayor McCoy.
Here. There being a quorum, I call the meeting to order. This time, Mayor Pro Tem Munger, will you lead us in the invocation?
Father God, we just come before you now, and we ask your blessings on this meeting and this time. Lord, give us wisdom to do what is needed and to guide this city and to keep us all safe and well. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, council, the first item up is approval of the agenda this evening.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, we have approval of the minutes from the regularly scheduled council meeting February 17th, 2026, the special call council meeting February 17th, 2026, and the closed session council meeting January 20th, 2026. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Next, we have approval of payroll and claims for the second half of February 2026.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is public comments. We did not have anybody sign up. Is that correct, clerk? All right. So move on from that. Next item on the agenda is Tammy Riley, Big River Steampunk Festival.
Sorry. I think we have everything in order. If everybody's had a chance to look at it, we'll open it up for questions.
Council, I actually emailed everybody just a little bit ago about tabling this. Did everybody see it in their email?
Yes.
I saw it.
Okay. I
I
would
did
just
not get
like
a
to
chance
move a
read it.
motion to table that at this time.
A second.
Okay.
For what reasons?
Right.
Did you see the email?
No.
Oh, check your email.
Well, I saw the email, but
I would like to ask
I wasn't
for
able to
what
read it.
reason.
Either.
No, and that's completely fine. I can just go ahead and read it. The biggest issue that I've heard feedback from, and the main reason is I want the business owners, since several of them either A, don't feel comfortable coming before council, or comfortable being the bad guy, I've encouraged them to email council directly and or to reach out to their council person. I just saw that this was on the agenda late last night, and by no means am I against this festival. I think that it's great. It brings a lot of people. There's been a lot of discrepancy with certain things, and I think that the frustration from business owners is the length of the festival, and then a couple other things, which I know Bob said that he had also heard the length of the festival as well. I just want to give business owners a chance to reach out to the rest of the council, and I encourage any of you to stop in. I'm sure multiple business owners are friends of yours, to reach out and speak to them personally. Again, by no means am I against this festival. I think all of our festivals are great and great for the community. I just want to give them a chance to speak to everybody.
I believe Trish did that after the festival last year. She walked Main Street and talked to every business. I don't mean to
Well,
put you
with
on
all
the
due
spot.
with all due respect, her money comes from like bed tax with filling the hotels, and again, it's a great thing for the community. I'm not against this festival, and by no means am I trying to not allow it at all. I just want to give the council the chance to talk to everybody in regards to certain issues.
What issues? What certain issues? I know you've said the length of the festival.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 businesses on Main Street that would rather it not be 4
Will you
days.
put the microphone like, sorry.
There are 2 businesses on Main Street that would rather it not be 4 days. So what other issues?
That's not the feedback that I've got, and that's why I also want business owners to reach out to the council.
Well,
Can I ask Trish to come up? She spoke to every business down there.
And again, like that, she relies
I
on.
don't want Trish to have to speak tonight. That's not fair to her. And only I can ask her to speak.
Okay.
I, for one, my concern is the length. But if there's business owners out there, I want to give an opportunity for them to speak and hear. And while I'm not against this festival either, it's great. I love it.
Thank you.
I enjoy going down there too. But if there's a chance, if there's some objections, I want a chance to hear those myself. And that's the reason.
Tammy, how
why.
long have you been doing it for 4 days?
It's actually 5 days: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
This is the first year we've asked for a Thursday shutdown. It's been 4 days for 11 years.
But yet last year, several vendors were setting up on Thursday.
No, a couple of them pulled in early. They did not set up anything until the roads closed.
That's simply not true. And I
It
know that
is
chief.
true.
I know
I was
that
there.
that's interesting because I also have pictures of.
Show them.
Okay, if you're coming before us, I think that the mayor would agree. Like, you need to be respectful.
I am. I'm just asking you to show the
I spoke
proof
with
of your
multiple
statement.
officers. The chief of police actually came down last year and met with me because it was a safety hazard with a trailer blocking a stop sign. Multiple vendors set up early last year before vendors' license were even paid for.
No.
Yes, that is true. Melissa, correct me if I'm wrong, but Thursday, no vendor license had even been paid for. They weren't paid for until Friday late morning, or
I think they were picked up. and
It was
paid for.
before opening on Friday. One trailer pulled in Thursday night and was this much in the yellow, and there was a whole catastrophe about it.
tell you what.
So, council, at this time, my suggestion would be, if you haven't got a chance to read Councilwoman Azatay's email, take the time to do that. It's up to you. I have a motion, and a second on the floor to table it, so I guess I want to find out what your thoughts are before I
I mean,
move
we're
on.
7 months
Melissa,
out. I
what
don't
kind-
see the,
What kind of time frame does this need to be approved by before the actual, I mean, do we have enough time to put it on the next meeting? Just so we have till now, until the
Yeah.
next meeting time to
Yeah.
have that discussion with those vendors?
Yeah.
And
Well,
any of those
This-
potential vendors that are.
That's what I'm
You
looking
mean
at.
businesses?
this
I'm sorry,
festival is
businesses.
7
My
months
apologies.
away. There is plenty.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. It's up to the council, so.
So that just delays it 2 weeks to get the opportunity. If there are businesses out there that have some complaints that we can address, let's do it before we approve it. That's all I'm saying.
And have any business feel free to reach out to any council person that
Yes.
wish.
Well, and I will say, I'm wanting to do this because of the misunderstanding with the trolley company. I don't want that to be another issue with me coming on behalf of them. I want the businesses, and I've encouraged them to reach out to you guys, or again, if any of them are your friends, please go speak to them. Not all the businesses are against this, and nor am I. I think it's great for the community, but I think that we need to be mindful of the small brick and mortar businesses, residents that are not able to get to and from their residence, mainly in the senior citizens at Mark Twain Hotel. There was an issue last year, and public safety. That is my only issue and why I'm asking to table this.
I think we need to give the businesses an opportunity to speak, but I want to hear from the business.
Yes.
And if they're too concerned to walk up and talk in the mic, then their issues are not my issues.
Well, but that's why I've asked them to email you guys even.
They can
Or
email
reach
us
out
too.
to you individually,
Email,
reach out to their
phone call.
council person.
Yes.
That's what I've asked.
But they have to do that. They
Yes.
can't hide behind and make you have to come and do
Well,
it.
and that's exactly what I said to them, like, I get it, I'm forever gonna be the villain. I was trying to come on behalf of everybody, but because of the backlash with the trolley company, this is why I'm doing it this way. That's why I'm asking them to email you, to reach out to their individual council person, and to just table it this time.
Feel free to tell them to send me an email.
I did.
Okay.
Okay, if there is no other discussion, there currently is a motion and a second to table on the floor. Last call, any other discussion before we vote? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, Tammy.
Thank you.
Motion
you,
carried.
Tammy.
Thank you, Tammy. All right, council, next item on the agenda is under my name, update on Board of Public Works oversight. I have a statement here that I would like to read publicly. I sent it to all of the council today. The responsibility of myself and the city council as the duly elected governing body is to govern on behalf of the citizens with clear expectations for leadership, staff performance, and meaningful community involvement. At present, the working relationship between the Board of Public Works and the City Council is not functioning effectively and lacks unified direction. The council's position is clear. As an executive department, the Board of Public Works must operate as a department of the City of Hannibal, not as an independent or self-contained entity. The board should be subject to appropriate oversight, policy direction, and accountability through the City Council, which serves as the elected representative of the citizens. The council recognizes a growing imbalance between city staff and Board of Public Works staff, including significant disparities in wages and benefits. These structural differences require review and corrective action. The council is committed to pursuing permanent structural solutions, including but not limited to new policies, ordinances, potential charter changes where necessary, and restructuring of the Board of Directors and Board of Public Works Management. Council and I will immediately begin working in smaller groups to evaluate options and establish a defined path forward. There will be a board vacancy coming up in June of this year, and I encourage interested individuals in the community to submit a letter of interest outlining their qualifications and their understanding of the board's role as a department of the city operating under City Council policy direction. Letters may be mailed or delivered to City Hall, to the clerk's office, or to my office. The council intends to appoint board members who understand and respect the governance structure of the City of Hannibal and who are committed to operating within that framework. The council is also committed to strengthening transparency and improving communication with the community. Additional opportunities for public engagement and dialogue will be forthcoming in these chambers with this council. The council will continue to keep staff and community informed as it works to ensure responsible governance, fiscal balance, and the highest level of service to taxpayers and ratepayers, while restoring a functional and cooperative relationship among the Board of Public Works, city staff, and the City Council. Thank you, Council. Next item on the agenda, James Lemon, City Attorney.
You all had asked me to do a little bit of a looking at the sign ordinances, and I told you I was concerned that it was kind of a mess. I don't remember how many pages my memo ended up being. It's a little complicated. I didn't know if you all wanted to discuss that with me tonight or whatever, but you had told me to bring it back at this meeting, so did anyone have any questions about what I gave to you?
I think this is when it was brought up last meeting. I just want to, this is mainly in regards to downtown specifically.
Yeah, the H1.
Okay.
What you all told me to do, what we were told was that the historic district was the only zone that didn't have some type of a provision regarding off-premises signs. When I did an analysis, I don't think that's accurate, so what I did with my memo was go through zone. Well, first I looked at the specific section of the code regarding signs and put that stuff in there for you all, but then secondly, I went zone by zone and did an analysis of what covers what, and the reason why you have to do it that way is it says things like you can do anything that's allowed in zones A, B, and C except this, and it's very confusing, and so that's why I did the analysis for you all that went through zone by zone by zone. In my legal opinion, right now, what you've got in the historic district is you are allowed off-premises signs, but they have to fall within that size limit, which I think was 3 feet, and they have to be mounted on the front of the building, because that's what Zone C says, and the historic district only allows, as far as signs, the things that are in A, B, and C. So, as it stands right now, you can have the off-premises signs, but any of these off-premises signs that are on the side of a building, et cetera, would be illegal under our ordinances.
And so would anything on sidewalks then, correct?
No, because there's a special section about the A-frame signs. And
Okay.
that was added, I don't know, like the 1980s or something like that. Those are not considered the same, those are considered temporary signs. And I think the old code may have had something just about temporary signs, and then they had a big fight 15, 20 years ago, and we changed a few things. It's been a constant dispute downtown, especially in the historic district, about the A-frame signs. And we've looked at it multiple times. We did do some changes, like I say, early on when I was first appointed city attorney, maybe like 15, 20 years ago. But I
So
don't
unless
think
this
we've
is
done it
a
since
matter
then.
of public safety and it hasn't been an issue so long as the historic board has been there, I don't understand what the issue is other than a personal, private discrepancy between a couple business owners downtown. Unless it's a public safety issue, I don't think that.
There's always going to be people fighting in the historic district.
Well
You have a lot of very hardworking people, and by golly, they protect their interests, and there is frequently disagreement down there. However, what I wanted you all to have was where I believe you are right now in regards to what signs are allowed down there. And it would be my position that off-premises signs are allowed, but they have to follow the requirements that are set out in Zone C. So,
And then from staff's point of view, that was kind of what we were looking for, is a legal opinion, because
Yeah.
it's referenced in 3 or 4 different spaces. It's very complicated. I know the HCDC was having some confusion on that, and so being able to get James's legal opinion. kinda
So
helps
how
out.
would billboards, for example, fall into that?
billboards would not be allowed.
Even if they're grandfathered in?
Well, and I gave you the grandfather date, and I don't remember the grandfather date, but yeah, if they meet the grandfather date, which basically goes to the creation of the H1 district, then yes. And I don't remember what that date was, and I don't.
I remember
didn't-
reading it, yeah.
I didn't bring my memo with me, I apologize. But yeah, there is a grandfather date, and if a billboard or other, like a side.
88.
1988. So
Okay.
if the billboard predates that, then yes, it's grandfathered. But if the billboard was installed after 1988, then it would not be grandfathered.
Has HDDC had a chance to weigh in an opinion yet on this?
I sent
Can they present it to
a
us?
copy to the chair, but I didn't send it to all the members because quite frankly, I don't know who they are. But,
Oh, that's fine.
but I did send a copy to the chair, and I sent a copy to you all, Melissa, Andy, because again, I don't know that you all actually said, well, maybe you should bring back an ordinance and suggestion, and my point was, I'm not sure that that's really what you all wanted me to do, because I don't think, once I did the analysis, that it was where we thought it was when we talked about it at the last meeting. So my goal was to give you all that analysis. If you guys are happy with it, I'm happy with it. If somebody thinks there needs to be changes, you just need to tell me what you want me to make it say. I can make it say whatever you want.
Yeah, essentially they came to us and asked us to change the ordinances to ban the off-premise signs, but through James's research, they're essentially already banned anyway. So there's really nothing that we need to do unless we want to change the wording of that specifically.
I think, and again, with the A-frames being a whole separate thing, which is just kind of ridiculous, but a couple business owners in the last week have even said to me, okay, it has to be under 3 foot by 3 foot or something like that. And it has to be permanent, or it can't be permanent?
It has to be permitted. It does fall under, everything except the A-frame signs falls under the
So they brought up the
permitting.
murals and how they are bigger than
And the question is, and there was that discussion at a council meeting in the last 3 or 4 years about whether or not those were advertisements or whether they were decoration. There was an issue with the HDDC wanted to consider possibly banning the side of the building, painting, and there was a bunch of discussion about it, and at that time, they decided they were gonna leave it alone, because I don't think they thought that any of them were advertising signs per se, that even the ones that were advertising were fake advertising, it was historic stuff, et cetera, et cetera. So, to your point though, if somebody did do an off-premises ad, even if it was as a mural, that would be in violation, and they would have to take it down if that's what the city's desire was.
So would it be fair in asking the council, and this might be something you have to draft up, but say hypothetically speaking, a business wants to put a sign that is bigger than the 3 foot, could they come before us and get approval of it to be?
They could, but I would recommend that instead of bringing that to the council, that they would take that to the Board of Adjustment, because I think that's probably the appropriate path would be go to Board of Adjustment.
Okay.
Well, I think to kind of go on that too, probably if they wanted to do that, I would go to HDDC first, see if there was any wiggle room there. If they shoot them down, then the process would be what
So
James
then-
said, go to the Board of Adjustment, which is what that board's created for, to hear that. And then if they're still not happy after that, their last recourse would be to come to the council. But then
Okay.
we would have multiple layers of different groups that have looked at this and vetted this, so.
And I think the idea was that way people aren't inclined to just bring it straight to the council. You know, you have people that have expertise about why is this a good thing, why is it a bad thing. You've got representation on those boards of people that have businesses in the area, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that's why, because we redrafted that part of the code 2 years ago to make sure that people would follow the process and wouldn't just come directly to the council and try to bypass the people that really know whether it ought to be done or not.
The question I have then is, it is confusing. It is located all over the place.
Right.
Do we want to change it to kind of consolidate it? And I'm asking your opinion and the opinion of the rest of the council to make it easier to follow, or do we want just, is that too much work and it's not really worth it?
Councilman, I gave you this fabulous key now.
Yes.
All you have to do is read that 3 or 4 page awful thing I drafted.
5 or 6 times.
Was it 5 or 6? I know it got long, but I kept finding more
Yes,
stuff.
I understand.
But, okay, so here's the deal. Yes, we could do that. We do have a section of the code that has to do specifically with signs, and we could try to unify everything in there. My concern is there's so many things that you treat differently zone by zone by zone. I understand how it developed, and what I'm going to tell you is, while it all way predates me, I believe that what happened was they initially only dealt with the sign issue under Chapter 32, the zoning code.
Okay.
And I think at some point, somebody said, you know what, we need a section on signs. So they created because if you look at the section on signs, that's obviously more modern language and more modern ordinances, and I think
Right.
it was based probably on a model they got from someplace else. So they've kind of tried to merge them. We could do it, but I don't know that's going to, my point is, I don't know that it would make everything any easier.
Okay.
Separating it out from the zoning, because the one thing we might want to think about is maybe put a referral in the sign code over to zoning, but normally when people are looking for something to see, is it allowed here, they're going to look at the zone code, they're not going to think to look at the sign ordinances. And the way it's set up, the section on signs is more about what do you got to do to permit, what do you got to do, the specific control of the actual signs.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else on that issue, council, or are we pretty straightforward?
I say just keep it like James suggested.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it probably
Go
is
through the
easier that
proper
way
chain of
because,
command through
HDDC first,
the-
in
then
the
the-
H1, yeah.
Yeah, and then Board of Adjustments, and then us if there is an issue.
Sounds good to me. All right. Thanks, James. Anything else tonight?
I don't think I had anything else.
Okay, perfect. Next item on the agenda, Andy Dorian, City Manager. We get a couple tonight, Andy.
Thank you, Mayor. First off, on the Market Street tap grant project, we need to do a change order. The contractor was working on an area up near Dowling and Arch on some curbing that we were hoping to save. That curbing ended up crumbling, so we need to replace approximately 80 linear feet of cracked curbing. So that change order is $5,280. We do have that budgeted. MoDOT has approved that change order as well.
Okay.
Council, any questions on that? If not, that's Resolution 2593-26 to follow.
Second, we don't usually have change orders, so we have two this time. Next, we have the Central Park renovation project. We're finishing that up. It's almost done. One of the things we caught at the very end was in the landscaping areas, it called for mulch. Some of those are some pretty good slopes, and we were worried about the mulch kind of washing out us Bly, Bergman's. And so we got together and said, let's go ahead and do some trap rock instead. It'll hold a little bit better. So that change order would add $3,168. Bly is not going to mark up the rock on this. And we do have that budget as well.
Thank you.
All right, council, any questions over that item?
No, it looks great though, Central Park, looks really good.
We will have a ribbon cutting at some point in time. There's Parks and Rec's trying to nail down a date, so
Sidewalks look great.
we'll invite you guys all to that.
Perfect. All right, that's Resolution 2594-26 to follow for approval. Anything else, Andy?
That's it. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Next item on the agenda, Melissa Cogdill, City Clerk.
Mayor, Council, I have one thing. I'm requesting to set administrative hearings for business and liquor license closures. This would be for businesses that have not renewed their liquor license or business license on time in accordance with City Charter Section 1532. We are to set an administrative hearing for the business who's failed to renew their business liquor license. Per Section 1524, all business licenses that are not renewed are expired. We have closed them. They cannot renew their business license at this time. A new license application will be required, which will trigger inspections and all that. So I'm requesting that the council set administrative hearings for Tuesday, March 17th at 6:30 p.m.
Melissa, approximately how many do we have on that list?
There are quite a few right now, but they'll really work their way down. Notices have went out now, so the notices of the administrative hearing that we're coming to council and we're completely gonna shut your business down. Once those goes out, they usually come in, I think Britta redid maybe 6 the last day or so. So hopefully between now, the notices going out, setting the public hearing between then and the 17th, the number will really dwindle down.
Okay,
So
good. I'd like to make a
right now,
motion for
there's
that.
probably 30 maybe, Britta, you think? 30 or less. Yeah, 30 or less right
Okay.
now, so.
Okay. I'd like to make a
Between
motion
now
for
and
that
then,
public
we'll
hearing.
have the number way down for you.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second to approve the public hearing at 6:30, and she'll send those notices out. We'll do it like we did last year, council, and we'll just have everybody show up at 6:30. In the past, we've kind of slotted some times for different people, but we'll invite all those people here at 6:30. We'll start with the updated list, and we'll just work our way right down it. So, any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thanks, Melissa. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Next item on the agenda is Bill number 26-003. I need a motion to have the clerk give this bill a second and final reading.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Bill 26-003, an ordinance revising Chapter 16 miscellaneous provisions and offenses, Article 6, minors by revoking existing Sections 16-198 and 16-200 and enacting new replacement sections. Second and final reading. Councilman Cohen?
Yes.
Councilman Leaders?
Yes.
Councilman Fleetwood?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Hancroft?
Yes.
Councilwoman Azatea?
Yes.
Okay. I now declare Bill number 26-003 duly approved and adopted on this day. Next, we have Bill number 26-004. Need a motion to have the clerk give this bill a second and final reading.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Bill number 26-004, an ordinance amending Chapter 2, Administration, Article 1 in general by adding a new section 2.6 regarding accessible areas of City Hall and other governmental buildings and parking areas. Second and final reading. Councilman Cohen?
Yes.
Councilman Leaders?
Yes.
Councilman Fleetwood?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Haycraft?
Yes.
Councilwoman Azotea?
Yes.
I now declare Bill number 26-004 duly approved and adopted on this day. Next, we have Resolution 2593-26. I need a motion to have the clerk read this resolution and call the roll for adoption.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Resolution 2593-26, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a $5,280 change order number 2 to the Market Street Sidewalk Tap Grant Project. Councilman Cohen?
Yes.
Councilman Leaders?
Yes.
Councilman Fleetwood?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Haycraft?
Yes.
Councilwoman Azotea?
Yes.
I now declare Resolution 2593-26 duly approved and adopted on this day. Next, we have Resolution 2594-26. I need a motion to have the clerk read this resolution and call the roll for adoption.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Resolution 2594-26, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a change order number 3, adding an additional $3,168 to the original contract for the renovations to Central Park. Councilman Cohen?
Yes.
Councilman Leader?
Yes.
Councilman Fleetwood?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Haycraft?
Yes.
Councilwoman Azotea?
Yes.
All right, I now declare Resolution 2594-26 duly approved and adopted on this day.
Move to adjourn?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Thanks, council. We are adjourned.
Hey, Andy, did they rebuild the bandstand?
Mark's not here, right?
When did it get torn
You
down?
guys, been,
They just had to strengthen it or something.
actually just sent him to Andy. So I had somebody reach out to me
Okay.
about
Okay. Because I was like, wait, I thought they were going to tear it down, and it was like,